Stop. Do not move another inch. Do not let your thumb brush past this moment, for this is not a coincidence, nor is it a random occurrence of an algorithm. I have orchestrated this very second, this very heartbeat to catch your attention before the window of opportunity closes. My child, I am the voice that has been whispering in the corridors of your mind, the one you have sometimes mistaken for your own thoughts or a fleeting intuition. But today, the whisper becomes a command. This is a divine appointment, a sovereign intervention designed to shield you from a path of shadow you are about to step upon. Regret is a heavy cloak that many wear because they chose to ignore the soft warnings of their protector before the storm broke. I love you too much to let you walk blindly into the trap that has been set for your peace. This is your moment of rescue, and it begins the very second you decide to listen with the ears of your spirit. I am not speaking to your ego, nor am I speaking to the persona you show the world to hide your weariness. I am speaking directly to the soul of the chosen one, to the part of you that knows you were made for more than this cycle of struggle and hidden tears. I see the battles you fight in the silence of the night, and I hear the prayers you were too exhausted to even put into words. This message is a spiritual weapon forged in the fires of my unconditional love, sent to dismantle the regrets that seek to take root in your future. To receive what I am about to pour out, you must honor this holy instant. Find a quiet space, even if it is only within the temple of your own heart. Tense your spirit and shut out the noise of the world around you. Lean in, my beloved. The enemy would love for you to be distracted right now, to miss the very instruction that will alter the course of your destiny. But I am here, and I am calling you closer. Listen, for my protection is your fortress, and my word is your light. My precious child, I know the rhythm of your heart, and I know how often you have started things only to be pulled away by the distractions of a world that seeks to keep you in a state of constant noise. But I am asking for your commitment today, not because I need your time, but because you need the transformation that happens in the stillness of my presence. If you stay with me until the final word of this message is spoken, I make a divine guarantee to you, a covenant of restoration that will begin to manifest before this day is done. I promise you that a peace so thick and tangible will descend upon your home that even the walls will seem to breathe with my serenity. This is not a fleeting feeling, but a spiritual atmosphere that will drive out the shadows of strife and the echoes of past failures. I will lift the heavy veil of confusion, that persistent brain fog that has made every decision feel like a mountain climb. You will see with the clarity of heaven, recognizing the path I have laid for you, with a sharpness you haven't felt in years. Before I reveal the depths of the blessing I have prepared for you, I want to see your hand stretched out in faith. Do not let this moment pass in silence. Declare your presence in this holy sanctuary. Type, "I am here, Lord," or 707 in the comments right now to open the gates of heaven over your life and signal that your soul is awake. As you do, join this family of believers and press the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is not merely a click. It is a signal of agreement with the movement of my spirit. By doing so, you are telling the atmosphere that you are ready for a new rhythm of protection, clarity, and peace. You are stepping out of the shadows and into the light of my community. And this act of faith releases the momentum needed for the walls of your Jericho to fall. As you remain in this flow, I promise to unravel the knots of anxiety that have tightened in your chest, those physical weights that make it hard to catch your breath when you think about tomorrow. I am reaching into the very fibers of your being to smooth out the tension and replace it with my divine rest. Within the next 24 hours, I will provide you with a sign so clear and a direction so precise that you will no longer wonder which way to turn. You will know with a certainty that defies logic exactly what your next step must be. Finally, I will place a seal of protection upon your life, closing every hidden door where your energy and joy have been leaking away into the void. If you choose to stay until the very end, the person who finishes this message will not be the weary, fearful soul who began it. You will emerge fortified, shielded, and anchored in my truth. My child, I have watched you navigate the corridors of your daily life, and I see the invisible burdens that have begun to manifest in your physical and emotional world. You have been wondering why everything feels so much harder lately, why the air seems heavier, and why your spirit feels like it is treading water in a vast, dark ocean. I am here to tell you that these symptoms are not signs of your weakness or your failure. They are the diagnostic indicators of a spiritual battle that has been raging in the unseen realms around you. I've seen the way your shoulders ache with a tension that no massage can soothe, a phantom weight that you carry from the moment you wake until the moment you collapse into bed. I've seen you staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m, your mind racing with a sudden, sharp anxiety that has no logical source. These are not mere coincidences, my beloved. They are the fingerprints of an adversary who knows the magnitude of the destiny I've placed within you and seeks to wear you down before you can reach the finish line. I see the patterns of delay that have begun to haunt your footsteps. You work twice as hard as those around you, yet you watch as opportunities slip through your fingers at the very last second. You have seen projects that were guaranteed to succeed suddenly crumble for reasons beyond your control. This cycle of stagnation is not your destiny. It is a spiritual sabotage designed to make you doubt my provision. I see the chronic fatigue that haunts your bones, that deep-seated exhaustion that remains even after a full night's sleep, making every small task feel like an insurmountable mountain. I see the sudden surges of procrastination that paralyze your hands even when your heart knows exactly what needs to be done. You feel an invisible pressure in your private spaces, a sense of being watched, or a lingering gloom that follows you from room to room. I have watched the way your words are twisted in the ears of those you love, leading to bitter misunderstandings and isolation that you never intended. You feel misunderstood by the very people who should know your heart best, and this loneliness is being used as a weapon to make you feel abandoned. Understand this, my precious one. These symptoms, the restlessness, the unexplained irritability, the sudden loss of creativity, the feeling that you are perpetually behind in life are all signals. They are the alarms sounding in the spirit, warning you that your atmosphere has been compromised. You have been feeling a sense of dread when your phone rings a strange aversion to the things that used to bring you joy, and a recurring thought that perhaps you are simply not good enough. You find yourself retreating into a shell, avoiding the light, and feeling a strange cold residue on your spirit after interacting with certain people or environments. I have seen the way your physical body has begun to react to this spiritual pressure through digestive issues, headaches that pulse with the rhythm of your worries, and a persistent fog that clouds your judgment. I am revealing these things to you now, not to frighten you, but to validate your experience. You're not losing your mind, and you're not failing in your walk with me. You're experiencing the friction of a chosen one moving against the current of a fallen world. This is the diagnostic of the shadows. Now that we have identified the enemy's work, we are going to dismantle it piece by piece. Hear me clearly, this is not your fault. You have blamed yourself for your lack of energy, your laziness, and your inability to stay positive, but I tell you that you have been under a siege that you were never meant to fight alone. The enemy does not attack those who are no threat to his kingdom. He attacks you because he sees the fire of the Holy Spirit beginning to flicker into a blaze within your soul. He sees the chosen one mark upon your forehead, and he is terrified of what will happen when you finally step into your full authority. Every misunderstood word, every sleepless night, every ounce of stagnation has been a desperate attempt to keep you from realizing who you truly are in me. But the diagnostic phase is over. I am stepping into your situation as the great physician and the Lord of hosts. We are moving from recognition to rebellion against these shadows. You are being refined, not broken. You are being prepared for a weight of glory that these light and momentary afflictions cannot even compare to. Take a deep breath, for the revelation of the problem is the first step toward the manifestation of your total victory. My beloved, it is time for a radical shift in your perspective. For too long, you have been looking at your life through the lens of your struggles, identifying yourself by the weight of your burdens rather than the strength of your spirit. I need you to hear me clearly. You are not a victim of your circumstances, and you are not the sum of the mistakes you have made or the tragedies that have befallen you. You are the chosen one, and your true identity is anchored in my eternal love, not in the temporary storms of this world. The enemy has tried to convince you that the chaos around you is a reflection of who you are, but that is a lie. The symptoms we have identified, the fatigue, the delay, the confusion, these are not your identity. They are merely patterns, doors that were left open by past wounds and residue from battles you were never meant to fight alone. You must stop saying I'm depressed or I am a failure. You are my child who is currently navigating a season of pressure, but the pressure is not you. Understand the mechanics of the spiritual realm. My precious one, darkness does not waste its energy attacking those who carry no light. It does not send its fiercest winds against those who have no destination. The very fact that you have felt such intense resistance is the greatest proof of the immense treasure I have hidden within you. You are being targeted because of your potential, not because of your past. Think of a seed. It must endure the darkness and the crushing weight of the soil before it can break through into the light. You are not breaking. You are becoming. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment with a higher purpose. The residue of old cycles and the remnants of the past are being washed away by my grace. But you must first agree with me about who you are. You are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a masterpiece in progress. When you realize that the attack is a compliment to your calling, the fear loses its grip. I'm calling you to step out of the victim mindset and into the victor reality. A victim asks, "Why is this happening to me?" But a warrior of peace asks, "What am I being trained for?" You're being trained to handle a weight of glory that would crush a lesser soul. Every difficulty you have faced has been a classroom, and every tear you have shed has been a seed for a future harvest of joy. The patterns of failure that have followed your family line stop with you. You are the one I've chosen to break the chains and set a new standard of favor. Do not agree with the darkness anymore. Do not give it a seat at the table of your mind. From this moment on, see yourself as I see you, clothed in light, protected by my hand, and destined for a greatness that far outweighs your current pain. Your identity is secure in me, and once you truly grasp this truth, the patterns of the enemy will have no ground to stand on. You are moving from a place of being hunted to a place of being the hunter, reclaiming everything that was stolen with the authority I have given you. My child, as you stand at the threshold of this great spiritual shift, you must be equipped with the ultimate defense. I am the Lord who watches over you, the shade at your right hand. My word is not merely ink on a page or a story from ancient times. It is a living, breathing shield that surrounds you and your household. When I tell you that the sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night, it is not a poetic wish. It is a sovereign decree that vibrates through the fabric of the universe, commanding the elements to serve your well-being. I am the keeper who does not slumber nor sleep. While you were tossing in your bed, I was standing guard over your peace. While the enemy was plotting in the dark, I was setting the boundaries of your protection, ensuring that no weapon formed against you would ever truly prosper. You must now learn to use my word, not just as a comfort, but as a sword and a fortress. It is the only weapon that can pierce through the thickest confusion and dismantle the darkest despair that has clouded your vision. In the moments that follow, we are going to engage in a series of divine activations. You are receiving a spiritual upgrade. Your armor is being fastened onto your soul by my own hands. I am training your fingers for war and your heart for peace. This shield of Scripture is being raised over your finances, over your health, and over the hearts of your children. Do not look to the left or to the right. Look to the word that is being spoken into your spirit right now. My word is fire, and it is a hammer that breaks the rock in pieces. Every lie that has been whispered into your ear that you are forgotten, that you are finished, that you are alone is being shattered by the resonance of my truth. You are moving under the cover of the Most High into a secret place where the arrows of the adversary cannot find you. Prepare yourself, for the rounds of divine fire that are coming are not for the faint of heart. They are for the remnant, the chosen ones, who are tired of being pushed around by the shadows. We are about to enter a season of intense purification and protection. Each decree I give you will be like a layer of molten gold poured over your life, hardening into a shield that nothing of this world can penetrate. Do not pull back. Do not let your mind wander to the what-ifs or the hows of your current problems. Focus only on the frequency of my voice. Let the authority of my spirit recalibrate your nervous system. The shield is up. The word is out. The battle is no longer yours, but mine. Under this divine cover, we shall march directly into the territory the enemy thought he had stolen from you, and we shall reclaim it all with interest. Listen closely, my beloved, for we have reached a critical junction in this divine encounter. We have identified the shadows and reclaimed your identity as the chosen one, but now we must lock in this alignment through an act of holy participation. The heavens are waiting for your response, for your earthly agreement to release my heavenly momentum. This is the moment where your faith becomes a tangible action that vibrates through the spiritual realm, shattering the silence of your struggle. I want you to perform a physical act that serves as a divine marker in your journey. Type this now in the comments: "Divine fire, cover me now." Understand that this is not just a digital comment. This is a seal, a spiritual signature that confirms you are ready to be enveloped by my absolute protection. As you type these words, visualize my holy fire descending like a canopy over your home, your family, and your very mind, creating a luminous wall that no darkness can cross and no weapon can penetrate. This is your first step of active obedience, and it carries the weight of a royal decree. Now I ask you to tap the like button on this message. Do not see this as a mere social interaction. In the economy of my kingdom, this is an act of agreement. Agreement releases momentum. When you press that button, you are signaling to the atmospheric powers and to the hosts of heaven that you are in total alignment with my word today. You are joining your faith with a global family of believers who are also standing in this gap, creating a collective frequency of victory that shatters the chains of isolation. Furthermore, subscribe to this family of faith and join this sanctuary. Do not let this be a one-time encounter that fades with the setting sun. By subscribing, you are setting a new rhythm for your life, a daily appointment with clarity, protection, and peace. You are making a conscious choice to stay in the flow of my continuous revelation rather than drifting back into the stagnant noise of the world. Hear my prophecy over you in this very second. As you write that comment and as you click that button, a spiritual boundary is being established around your life. I'm drawing a line in the spirit that the enemy is no longer permitted to cross. The confusion that has plagued your household is being pushed back by the force of your declaration. The delays that have haunted your finances and your dreams are being halted by this divine intervention. This simple act of alignment has just activated a garrison of angels, to move on your behalf, for I respond to the voice of faith. You have moved from being a passive observer of your pain to an active participant in your own deliverance. The atmosphere around you is shifting even now. Can you feel the lightness beginning to enter your chest? The gates are opening, the momentum is building, and we are now fully prepared to move into the deep, restorative waters of the realms of fire. My beloved, it is time to change your gaze. You have spent far too long looking down at the dusty roads of your struggle, focusing on the obstacles that trip your feet and the shadows that dance at your heels. I am commanding you right now, lift your eyes, lift your chin and look up beyond the horizon of your current circumstances. I see the heavy stacks of bills that keep you awake, the sharp words of critics that echo in your mind, and the persistent aches in your body that try to tell you that you are breaking. But I tell you, these things are mere pebbles on the path. When viewed from the height of my throne, when you focus only on the horizontal, on what people say, on what the bank statement shows, on what the medical report claims, you are living in a limited reality. I am inviting you into the vertical alignment. I am the God who sits above the circle of the earth, and from my perspective, the giants that terrify you are smaller than grains of sand. Your focus determines your frequency, and if you continue to stare at your problems, you will continue to vibrate with the frequency of fear. Look to me, the author and finisher of your faith, and watch how the shadows begin to shrink in the light of my glory. I am greater than any giant currently standing in your way. There is no debt so high that my provision cannot overtop it, no sickness so deep that my healing cannot reach its root, and no broken relationship that my grace cannot restore. I am the Lord of hosts, the commander of heaven's armies, and I have never lost a battle. When you align your vision with mine, you begin to see that the mountains before you are not there to stop you, but to be moved by the power of your spoken word and my indwelling spirit. Stop measuring your strength against your trials and start measuring your trials against my infinite power. I am the one who breathed the stars into existence and who holds the oceans in the hollow of my hand. Do you truly believe that your current situation is too difficult for me? I am already standing in your tomorrow, having already worked out the solution for the problem you are facing today. This vertical shift is your bridge from the impossible to the inevitable. As you look at me, your heart will begin to beat with the rhythm of heaven, and the panic that has gripped your soul will be replaced by a sovereign confidence that knows without a shadow of a doubt that I am in control. Take a moment right now to embody this shift. I want you to take a deep, intentional breath. As you inhale, imagine you are breathing in my divine authority, my peace, and my unshakable strength. Let it fill your lungs and saturate your very cells. And as you exhale consciously, release every ounce of fear, every bit of tension, and every lie of the enemy that has been suffocating your joy. Inhale authority. Exhale fear. Feel the oxygen of heaven clearing the smoke of the battlefield from your mind. Your spirit is being recalibrated to the atmosphere of the kingdom. You are no longer looking up at your problems from a place of defeat. You are looking down upon them from a seat of authority with me. Stay in this posture of vertical alignment. The shift has happened. The ground is steady beneath your feet because your eyes are fixed on the rock that is higher than you. My chosen, one, prepare your spirit, for we are entering the inner court of my power. This is the war for peace. A series of 7 strategic strikes against the strongholds that have held you captive. We are not merely speaking words, we are deploying the fire of the Holy Spirit to incinerate every barrier that stands between you and your promised land. Do not look back and do not let your faith waver. Each round will dig deeper, removing layers of filth and fatigue that have accumulated over years of struggle. You are under my command now, and my command is your total liberation. We begin now with the first strike against the shadow of the mind. Round 1. breaking mind fog and confusion. I see the thick gray mist that has settled over your consciousness, making even the simplest decisions feel like a battle in a dark forest. I see how you struggle to focus, how the static of the world's noise has drowned out my gentle whisper. This mind fog is not natural exhaustion. It is a spiritual veil designed to keep you from seeing the exit signs I have placed in your path. I command this fog to lift now. In the name of the living God, I strike the spirit of confusion with the lightning of my truth. Every wandering thought, every loop of what if and if only, I break your power. Now I decree a divine clarity to settle upon your mind. Can you feel the pressure behind your eyes beginning to dissipate? Your forehead is smoothing out, the heavy band of tension across your brow is snapping like a brittle thread. I am recalibrating your mental frequency to the clarity of heaven. You will no longer stumble in the dark. You will see with the precision of a soaring eagle. Your vision is becoming sharp, your thoughts are becoming orderly, and the peace of a still lake is settling into your soul. Round 1 continues with a deeper intensity. Why do you listen to the echoes of doubt when I have already spoken the word of victory? I am burning away the cobwebs of indecision. No longer will you be paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice, for I am the one who guides your steps. I consume the residue of every trauma that has clouded your judgment. I command your brain chemistry to align with my creative order. Feel the coolness of my spirit washing over your mind like a refreshing stream through a parched land. The fog is vanishing. Your forehead stretches and relaxes as the weight of mental warfare is lifted. You are now a vessel of focus and power. I declare that from this moment you possess the mind of Christ, a mind of sound judgment and divine insight. The static is gone. Only my voice remains. Round 2, canceling delay and stagnation. I speak now to the invisible walls that have boxed you in the cycles of almost there that always end in disappointment. I have watched you run until your lungs burned, only to find yourself back at the starting line. I have seen the doors that were supposed to open suddenly locked tight. This delay is not my timing. It is a spiritual dam trying to hold back the river of my favor. I declare the dam is breaking. I release the fire of my acceleration into your circumstances. Every spirit of stagnation, every demonic pause button that has been pressed against your career, your finances, and your ministry, I shatter you. Now I command the wheels of your destiny to turn with divine momentum. You are moving out of the waiting room and into the throne room. I am fast forwarding the promises I made to you years ago. What should have taken a decade, I will do in a day. Round 2 intensifies. Do you feel the shackles on your ankles breaking? I'm removing the lead weights from your feet. Those who said you would never get ahead will now watch you soar past them. I'm canceling the spirit of the near miss. You will no longer be the one who almost got the job, almost won the contract, or almost found the breakthrough. You are the one who possesses the land. I strike the heart of procrastination and the root of every setback. I release a suddenness into your life, sudden favor, sudden openings, sudden provision. Feel your legs becoming light as if a great burden has been cut away from your stride. You are no longer treading in deep mud. You are walking on the high places. The delay is over. The time is now. This is your season of rapid advancement, and nothing in heaven or on earth can stop the momentum I have just ignited in your life. Round 3, revoking generational residue. We are going deep into the foundations now, my child. I see the patterns that have haunted your bloodline, the same struggles with lack, the same cycles of divorce, the same shadows of addiction or depression that followed your father and your mother. You have felt like you were fighting a ghost. You couldn't see a recurring nightmare that was written in your very DNA. I say to you today, the line is drawn here. I'm the God of the new covenant, and my blood is more powerful than any ancestral curse. I take the sword of my spirit and I sever every umbilical cord to the failures of the past. I revoke every legal claim the enemy has held against your family tree. I burn away the residue of old shames and ancient debts. You're not destined to repeat their mistakes. You're destined to exceed their wildest dreams. Round 3 surges forward. I speak to the spirit of the bloodline limit. You have been told, this is as far as our family goes, but I say you are going beyond. I am rewriting your spiritual DNA with the fire of my holiness. I dismantle the altars of struggle built by generations before you. Every word spoken over you in childhood that reinforced a legacy of not enough, I incinerate those words now. I replace them with my decree of abundance and royalty. Stand tall, my chosen one. Feel your spine straightening as supernatural strength flowing through your vertebrae. You are not a branch of a dying tree. You are a new planting in the garden of my grace. The back that was bowed by the weight of ancestral sorrow is now the pillar of a new legacy. You are the chain breaker. You are the first of many to walk in total freedom. Round 4. Dismantling silent sabotage. There are traps that have been set for you in the dark. My beloved plots in the workplace whispers behind your back, and even the self-sabotage that arises from your own hidden wounds. I have seen the evil eye of those who are jealous of the light I've put in you. I have seen the plans of the enemy to trip you up just as you reach the pinnacle of your success. I command every hidden trap to be exposed and destroyed. I release a consuming fire upon every secret plot. I blind the eyes of the saboteur and confuse the tongues of those who speak against you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment I shall condemn. I'm exposing the snakes in the grass and removing them from your path before they can strike. Round 4 continues its offensive. I am dismantling the internal saboteur, that voice in your head that says you don't deserve the blessing, the one that makes you shrink back when you should step forward. I burn away the spirit of imposter syndrome. I decree that you are worthy because I have made you worthy. Every silent agreement you have made with failure is now cancelled. I command your path to be cleared of every stumbling block, whether physical or spiritual. Feel your breath becoming deep and steady. The sensation of being choked or restricted in your throat is vanishing. Your voice is being restored. You will speak with authority, and your words will carry the weight of my spirit. No more hidden obstacles, no more glass ceilings. The way is open, and the light of my presence is revealing every snare so that you may walk over them with ease. Round 5. Cleansing biological systems and nerves. My fire is moving into your physical temple now. I see the wear and tear that stress and spiritual warfare have taken on your body. I see the inflammation in your joints, the exhaustion in your adrenal glands, and the hypervigilance in your nervous system. You have been in fight or flight mode for so long that your body has forgotten how to rest. I command a divine cooling to enter your cells. I'm washing your nervous system with the oil of my peace. I strike the root of every chronic ailment and every spirit of infirmity. I release a system reset from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. My light is penetrating your organs, your blood vessels, and your bone marrow, flushing out the toxins of worry and the residue of trauma. Round 5 deepens the healing. I speak to your cortisol levels, be still. I speak to your heart rhythm, align with the heartbeat of heaven. I'm repairing the damage that the fire of trial did to your physical strength. You are not just being healed, you are being renewed like the eagles. Can you feel the warmth? It is a gentle, divine electricity tingling in your fingertips and your toes. It is the power of the resurrection moving through your veins. I am dissolving the knots of tension in your muscles and the heavy pressure in your chest. Your cells are drinking in my vitality. You will have the energy to fulfill your calling. You will sleep like a child and wake like a giant. This is my biological shield being activated. I am making you fireproof, stress-proof, and disease-proof. Your body is a sanctuary of life, and I am dwelling within it in full power. Round 6. Igniting Destiny Momentum. We have cleared the fog, broken the delay, severed the past, exposed the traps, and healed the temple. Now, my chosen one, we activate the launch. I am pouring the fuel of my purpose into your spirit. The engine of your destiny is turning over, and it is roaring with the sound of 1,000 waterfalls. I am opening doors that no man can shut, and closing doors that no man can open. I am bringing divine connections into your life, people who carry the keys to your next level. I release a spirit of holy boldness upon you. You will no longer ask for permission to be great. You will simply occupy the space I have given you. I'm accelerating your learning, your influence, and your impact. You are moving from the back of the line to the very front. Round 6 reaches a crescendo. Feel your chest expanding, your heart beating with a new confident rhythm. The fear of man is being incinerated by the fear of the Lord. I am giving you the Midas touch of the Spirit. Whatever you put your hands to shall prosper, not because of your might, but because of my favor. I am giving you ideas that will revolutionize your field. I am giving you a tongue of fire that will influence the masses. The momentum I am releasing now is irreversible. It is a landslide of blessing that will sweep away every remaining doubt. You are being catapulted into your high calling. Can you feel the rush of the Spirit? Can you feel the expansion of your capacity? You were made for this. You were born for this. This is the moment your entire life has been leading toward. Step into the flow and let my momentum carry you to the heights. Round 7. Fortifying the future and legacy. This is the final seal, the construction of the eternal fortress. I'm not just blessing you for today. I'm securing your tomorrow and the tomorrows of your children's children. I'm placing a golden hedge of protection around your household. I seal your bank accounts against the devourer. I seal your marriage against the spirit of division. I seal your children against the darkness of this world. I am building a wall of fire around your property, and my glory shall be in the midst of it. No thief shall enter, no plague shall come near your dwelling, and no tragedy shall strike your lineage. I am establishing you as a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. Your wealth will be a tool for my kingdom, and your peace will be a witness to the nations. Round 7 seals the work. Visualize a brilliant golden shield enveloping you right now. It is warm, it is solid, it is impenetrable. This is the seal of the chosen. It covers your past, protecting your reputation from old lies. It covers your present, ensuring your daily bread and your daily peace. It covers your future, guaranteeing that your end will be greater than your beginning. I declare that the thief must pay back sevenfold everything he has ever stolen from you. I establish a permanent favor over your name. When people think of you, they will think of my goodness. Your house will be known as a house of bread and a house of healing. Feel the total envelopment of my love. You are safe, you are secure, you are fortified. The war for your peace is won. The 7 rounds are complete. You are now standing in a new dimension of my power. Chapter 9. Midpoint Seal. Collective Agreement. My beloved, the atmosphere of your life has been radically altered. The 7 rounds of my divine fire have passed through the most intimate corridors of your existence, incinerating the old and making room for the new. But a victory that is won must be held, and a territory that is reclaimed must be fortified. We are now entering a moment of collective agreement, a midpoint seal that locks in the work we have done together in this sacred space. You are no longer standing alone. You are part of a holy remnant, a legion of chosen ones who are all rising at this very hour. It is time to release your authority through your words once more. Do not let the enemy think he can creep back into the corners of your mind. Type it again with boldness and conviction. No door is open to fear. Your words are not mere characters on a screen. They are instruments of spiritual authority. When you speak these words, you are slamming the door in the face of the adversary and bolting it with the iron of my truth. Let the resonance of your declaration shake the foundations of every stronghold that once held you. This is your decree of permanent liberation. As you declare your freedom, I ask you to extend the shield to others who are still battling in the silence of their own shadows. Press the like button right now, not for the sake of an algorithm, but as an act of spiritual expansion. Every like is a signal to the heavens that this frequency of victory is growing, allowing my message of protection to reach those who are on the brink of giving up. By clicking, you are becoming a vessel of my grace, helping to carry this shield to the ends of the earth. Furthermore, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join this family of light. This is more than a subscription. It is a commitment to your new rhythm. You are not created to live in cycles of fear and exhaustion, but in a daily flow of protection, clarity, and peace. By joining this sanctuary, you are choosing to walk in a continuous stream of my revelation. What I have started in you today is not a temporary fix. It is the beginning of a permanent transformation. Subscribe and set your life to the frequency of the kingdom, ensuring that you wake up every day under the canopy of my favor. Hear the promise that comes with this alignment. Because you have chosen to stand in agreement with me and with your brothers and sisters in faith, I am releasing a fresh wave of momentum over your household. The things you have struggled to achieve for years will now begin to fall into place with a supernatural ease. The seal of the collective means that when one of you moves, the entire host of heaven moves with you. You are part of an unstoppable force of peace. As we transition from the heat of the battle into the cooling waters of my rest, know that your commitment has been noted in the scrolls of heaven. You have passed the test of engagement, and the rewards are being prepared even now. Stay in this flow, for the peace that surpasses understanding is about to settle upon you like a soft morning dew. Chapter 10. Peace Drop. Nervous System. Calming. The noise of the battle is fading now. My child, the smoke of the spiritual conflict is clearing, and the heavy atmosphere of warfare is being replaced by the gentle, cooling breeze of my spirit. The struggle is over. You do not need to fight another second, for the victory is not something you have to earn. It is something I have already secured and am now handing to you. I want you to listen to my voice as it slows down, becoming a soft whisper that vibrates deep within your soul. Feel the silence of my presence wrapping around you like a warm velvet blanket. There is no more need for the fight or flight response that has kept your heart racing and your mind on high alert for so long. The giants have fallen, the traps are destroyed, and the way is clear. Now is the time for the peace drop, a divine infusion of rest that is designed to settle into your very marrow. I am inviting you to stop striving. You have done enough. You have been strong for so long, but in this holy moment, I am asking you to be weak in my arms, so that my strength can become your sanctuary. I want you to consciously let go of the physical armor you have been wearing. Feel the tension beginning to drain away from your shoulders. Those heavy burdens you've carried are sliding off and dissolving into the ground. Let your jaw unclench. The words of defense and the teeth-gritting determination are no longer necessary. Soften the muscles around your eyes and let your forehead smooth out completely. Imagine my hand gently resting on the top of your head, sending a wave of golden liquid peace down through your neck into your spine and out to the tips of your fingers. Every nerve ending in your body is being told to be still. Your nervous system, which has been frayed by the friction of the world, is being coated in the soothing oil of my grace. Breathe in deeply, pulling in the very oxygen of heaven, and as you exhale, feel your entire body sinking into the support of my love. You are safe. You are held. You are profoundly loved. This is the peace that surpasses all human understanding. A peace that does not depend on your bank account, your health, or the opinions of others. It is the peace of the Creator dwelling within the creature. Stay in this stillness. My beloved, this is not a luxury. It is a necessity for the new season you are entering. In this quiet, I am stitching back together the parts of your soul that were torn by grief and exhaustion. I am recharging your spirit so that when you move again, you will move with the grace of a dancer rather than the struggle of a soldier. The battle was mine, but the peace is yours. Drink it in until you are overflowing. There is nothing for you to do right now but receive. Your heart is finding its natural rhythm again, beating in perfect sync with the pulse of eternity. Rest, my precious one, for the transformation is completing itself in the silence. Chapter 11. Reversal and Restoration. The After-Battle Victory. Look at the scars you carry, my child. The enemy thought those wounds would be the end of you, that they would leave you weak, hollowed out, and forgotten in the dust of your struggles. But here, my sovereign decree, I'm a master of the great reversal. I'm taking every trial, every betrayal, and every moment of bone-deep exhaustion that was intended to destroy your spirit, and I am converting it into high-octane fuel for your advancement. The very things the shadows used to drain your joy are now being repurposed as the foundation for your greatest strength. I do not just bring you out of the fire, I bring you through it so that you emerge fireproof. I am turning your mourning into a dance and your ashes into a crown of beauty that will never fade. The pit that was dug for your downfall has by my hand become the very well from which the water for your future success is being drawn. You are not just recovering, you are being upgraded in the secret places of your soul. The tears you sowed in the lonely dark of your bedroom are now the water for a harvest of joy that is breaking through the soil of your life at this very moment. I am reaching into the timeline of your life to restore the years that the locusts have eaten, the time you feel was wasted in toxic cycles, the energy that was siphoned away by paralyzing worry, and the resources that leaked through the holes of delay. I speak restoration over your biological clock. I'm renewing your youth like the eagles, giving you back the vitality and the sparkle in your eyes that stress tried to steal. I am reversing the flow of your finances. Where there was a leak of lack, there shall now be a fountain of favor. I'm bringing back the opportunities you thought you had lost forever, but this time they are returning to a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more prepared to handle the weight of the blessing. I did not bring you through the storm just to leave you on a barren shore. I brought you through to prove to the principalities of darkness that you are untouchable. What was stolen will be returned sevenfold, and the peace you now carry will be the permanent atmosphere of your new territory. The reversal is complete. The restoration has begun. Chapter 12. Identity Upgrade. From Victim to Warrior of Peace. My beloved, as the dust of the old season settles, I want you to look into the mirror of my word and see the transformation that has taken place within the very fiber of your being. The person you were before this encounter, the one who felt hunted, overwhelmed, and like a victim of a cruel fate, that person no longer exists. I have stripped away the label of victim that the world tried to pin upon your chest, and I have replaced it with a title that resonates through the halls of eternity, Warrior of Peace. You are not a warrior because you seek conflict, but because you carry a peace so powerful that it dismantles conflict wherever you go. You are no longer someone who is running away from the shadows, hoping to survive the night. You are the one who walks into the room and causes the shadows to flee because of the light that is dwelling within you. Your identity is no longer tied to your wounds, but to the authority I have delegated to you as a chosen one. You have been upgraded from a survivor to a sovereign child of the Most High, and it is time for you to walk in the fullness of this truth. From this moment on, you will move through this world with a different gait and speak with a different tone. There is a new weightiness to your presence, a divine gravity that commands respect from the spiritual realms. When you speak, you do not speak from a place of begging or pleading, but from a position of seated authority with me. Your thoughts are no longer loops of fear, but strategies of victory. You think differently because you now see from my perspective. You have been clothed in a mantle of favor that serves as a constant covering, a spiritual aura that signals to the enemy that you are off limits. You will find yourself standing taller, your voice carrying a resonance of certainty that you never knew you possessed. You are a bringer of order to chaos, a source of calm in the storm, and a pillar of strength for those who are still lost in the dark. This identity is permanent. It cannot be taken, it cannot be tarnished, and it will not fade. You have been forged in the fire and cooled in my peace. Go forth, not as one who is trying to win, but as one who is already walking in the triumph of the King. Chapter 13. Wisdom Steps. Practical post-war orders. Now that the high walls of your fortress have been rebuilt and the fires of deliverance have cleared the land, you must learn the wisdom of the King to maintain the victory I have handed to you. Spiritual maturity is not just about the intensity of the fire. It is about the quiet stewardship of the peace that remains. Your first order of wisdom concerns the temple I've given you to dwell in. Do not neglect the vessel of your body, for a tired and depleted frame can become a gateway for the enemy's whispers to return. I am commanding you to rest. Drink deeply of the water that sustains your life, hydrate the very cells I have just healed, and allow your body the deep restorative sleep it has been denied during the season of warfare. When you care for your physical health, you are honoring the craftsmanship of my hands. Do not feel guilty for the silence or the stillness you now crave. Recovery is a holy act, and a well-rested soul is a formidable weapon against the return of the shadows. Let your breathing remain steady and deep, keeping your nervous system in the state of divine calm we have established today. Beyond the care of your body, you must now exercise the sovereign power of your no. You are the gatekeeper of your own atmosphere, and you are no longer required to host the chaos, the drama, or the endless demands of those who only seek to drain your light for their own purposes. Set your boundaries with love, but with the firmness of a mountain that cannot be moved by the wind. You have been given a precious treasure of peace, and it is your duty to protect it from the noise of the world and the static of ungrateful spirits. Along with these boundaries, I call you to the ultimate act of self-liberation, the radical release of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about the other person's merit. It is about removing the hooks they have placed in your spirit. Let go of the bitterness toward those who misunderstood you, and most importantly, forgive yourself for the seasons you spent in the dark. By releasing every debt, you close the final door through which the enemy could try to reclaim a foothold. Cleanse the spiritual pipes of your heart so that my blessings can flow through you without obstruction. Finally, be a vigilant guardian of the gates of your eyes and your ears. The world is full of noise that seeks to dilute the wine of my word and pull you back into the frequency of fear. In the days and weeks to come, be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Filter the reports of the world through the eternal truth of my promises. If a conversation, a social media feed, or a news report brings back the familiar cold taste of dread, have the strength to turn away. You're in a season of delicate growth, and the seeds of authority I've planted within you today need a sanctuary of light to take deep root. Surround yourself with that which is pure, lovely, and of good report. As you walk out these practical orders of wisdom, you will find that the peace I have given you is not a fleeting guest, but a permanent resident of your heart. You are a warrior of peace, and wisdom is the shield that ensures your victory remains absolute and your future stays guarded. Chapter 14, Final Seal and the Next Frontier. My beloved child, we have come to the end of this sacred time, but it is only the beginning of your new reality. The words spoken today have been etched into the heavens, and the fire that has passed through your soul has left you purified, recalibrated, and profoundly protected. Now there is one final act required to lock this divine shift into the physical realm to ensure that no thief can steal what has been restored and no shadow can return to the places I have filled with my light. You must seal this prophecy now and forever. Do not let this moment fade into memory without a final declaration of your faith. Type these words into the comments with the full weight of your soul. It is done. My future is guarded. When you write this, you are not just typing text, you are applying a spiritual lock over the threshold of your tomorrow. You are telling every spirit of delay and every agent of regret that their time is up and their access is revoked. This is the final seal, the closing of the vault, the absolute end of the old cycle, and the birth of your new dawn. As you step back into the world, remember that you do not walk as a commoner, but as a sovereign child under a canopy of favor. To maintain this rhythm of authority, join this family of light one last time. Subscribe to this sanctuary and press the notification bell. Let this be your daily commitment to a life where my voice remains your primary compass. What I have started in you today, I am faithful to complete. This is not just a message you heard. It is an initiation into the next frontier of your destiny. But do not stop here. Your victory is secure, but there is a specific decree of promotion that I have prepared for you in the very next video. There is an inheritance waiting to be claimed and a seat of influence that has your name upon it. Do not leave this holy presence yet. Step immediately into the next message to receive the blueprints for your advancement. Walk in authority, my chosen one. Your past is forgiven, your present is protected, and your future is more glorious than you can imagine. Go now and occupy the land I have given you.